Today we're going to be making this miniature kitchen, so let's get to it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell to get notified. So I drew out a very rough sketch of how I wanted the kitchen to look. When I was at the dollar store, I saw this build a tea light kit, and I liked the grain in the wood, so I picked it up. I carefully calculated how small I needed to cut everything, and then measured it out and cut it out with an X-Acto knife. I didn't want to paint the actual wood, but I did paint the edges with a dark brown just to finish it off and separate the cupboard doors. I used a bit of super glue to glue the cupboard doors on. I used some of the leftover wood that I had from the tea light and then some MDF for the countertop. I slapped on a little clear varnish to finish it off and then glued on these little glass beads that I had lying around. I used them to simulate the door handles and the hinges. I wanted a bright orange tiled countertop, so I printed out a solid orange on photo paper. I then used a pair of scissors to make score lines for a tiled look. I gently scored the lines in. I then cut them out to size and glued them down to the countertop, making sure to leave a border to come up onto the wall, which I then glued a popsicle stick onto the back to make it solid. Along with a hole for the sink, I left a small hole so I could put in a wood beam that I made out of foam core. This is what I was going to attach to the ceiling. For the stove, I cut out some MDF pieces and mixed a yellow and brown acrylic paint, and then painted them up. I finished it off with a thin coat of UV resin, just to give it a shiny coat. I took some wire and bent it into a spiral. I made 4 of them and painted them black. I cut out some silver circles and assembled my stovetop. And here is the top of my stove. And here is the front of my stove. For the sink, I took some plastic and cut it into the shape I wanted and then glued it back together. I mixed up a little black and silver to paint the sink. I made the hardware for the sink out of clay and painted it, and then just glued it on and again used a UV resin to give it that shine. And here is what it's looking like so far. I had these pre-cut wood circles and I used them along with some toothpicks to make some stools for the side of the counter, and then just painted them up using an acrylic brown paint. Just to be a little extra, I used some white plastic wire and glued it around the sink to simulate grout. I sculpted a little toaster out of clay and painted it to match the stove. I cut out some toast shapes out of popsicle sticks and painted it to look like toast. I wanted the counter to look like there was action going on, and that was going to include an open jar of peanut butter being used. To achieve this look, I cut a piece of glue stick and hollowed it out a bit. I then painted it a peanut butter color. For the lid, I took the top of a super glue lid and cut it down to the way I wanted it, and then just painted it green. I had this little knife, so I glued it into the jar and then sealed it with some glossy Mod Podge. I then printed out a craft label and glued it on. And then assembled my peanut butter toast masterpiece. Or at least I thought it was a masterpiece. I made some bananas and oranges out of polymer clay and took this bowl from my mom's little miniature cabinet and glued the fruit into place. I made a paper towel holder. Not sure if paper towel was a thing back then, but it looked cute. I cut out some oven mitt shapes out of fabric and glued the edges together. I then stuffed them to make them look full and stuck them onto the stove door. They were slightly oversized, but oh well. I made some more polymer clay treats. I had made a plate to glue on the apple slices, cheese, and crackers, but you'll see later I had found a plate that actually looked a lot better. For the drink glasses, I used some super glue lids, since I had so many of them, and I took some white wire for the straws. And here is the messy countertop, although it still looks cleaner than mine currently. And now it was time to make the fridge. I cut and glued together some MDF. I sanded down the edges to make them look rounded. I painted it up and finished it with some UV resin. I made some door handles out of some wood and wire. I made some feet for the fridge out of polymer clay, and then bent up some wire for the back of the fridge, attempting to make an element. I don't even know if that's what it's called, but I tried. And no fridge is complete without kids' drawings on the front of it. And here it is, all finished. I would much rather cook in this kitchen than my own. Only thing missing is a dishwasher and a microwave. Please like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon to get notified for my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching!